Good morning, everyone. Well, really good afternoon, but thank you for joining us today on the eBudde Initial Order and Rewards Submission webinar. We're going to get started on time at 1 o'clock sharp because I know that your time is valuable. So let's go ahead and get going. Okay, today we will review troop order submission. With that, we'll review girl delivery orders, how to read the troop sales report. This is so very important to make sure that everything is being processed correctly, that your draft is correct, and if anything is wrong in the system, you can easily catch it on this report. Booth orders, how many cookies to order, how much, accidental submission of your order, and then we're also going to cover troop reward submission, choosing rewards, accidental submission of troop rewards, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the service unit, go over service unit submission. I know that we have some service unit product managers on this webinar. We'll also talk about the most recent announcement with Girl Delivery, and then the program department wanted me to share some updates about camp and a few other things like that. All right, so Little Brownie Baker's initial order submission. They have a great little video that I'm going to play first, and then we'll kind of go over some of the specifics. If it works. Here we go.
As girls begin to turn in their cookie orders, use initial orders to maintain records for each girl. You can also use initial orders to enter estimated orders or other types of sales. Placing your initial orders is easy. Click the Initial Orders button to display the names of all the girls in your troop and each type of cookie their troop was ordered. If you wish to add more packages for a girl, click her name in the edit field that displays at the bottom. Just type the totals for each cookie, then click OK when you finish. These numbers update in the order totals at the bottom of the screen and automatically update in girls' orders. Repeat these easy steps for each girl's order that needs to be updated. Then be sure to click Save. Estimated booth or other types of orders is also easy. Just click the booth or other rows, then enter an estimated amount for your troop. Click OK when you are finished. Then be sure to click Save. These totals also update at the bottom of the window. Now it's time to place your initial order. Once you have confirmed the totals are correct, click Submit Order. The orders then become locked and are sent to the service units. Thanks for watching.
Okay, everyone. I think that the video is, some folks are having a hard time seeing the video on their end. So we're going to, if you go to YouTube and you type in Little Brownie Baker training videos, the video is on the initial order submission. Little Brownie has put all kinds of training burst videos regarding eBudde on YouTube. They have everything from how to submit your initial order to how to navigate the system, to how to enter booth sales. All kinds of stuff is available there for you. And then also this webinar will be sent out afterwards, and at the bottom of the screen there is the link to this video right down there in the bottom corner, so you can actually go back and rewatch it yourself. But we're going to, I just want to make sure real quick before we get too far into it, let's see. Okay, can everyone see that the screen has changed now? I'm seeing some folks go through. Okay, all right, so it looks like folks can see what we're doing now. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm gonna go and get into eBudde now. Well, let's go ahead and we can replay the video just so that everyone can see it now that folks can kind of see the screen. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit. Well, if it will work. Okay, here we go.
As girls begin to turn in their cookie orders, use initial orders to maintain records for each girl. You can also use initial orders to enter estimated orders for booth or other types of sales. Placing your initial orders is easy. Click the Initial Orders button to display the names of all the girls in your troop and each type of cookie their customers ordered. If you wish to add more packages for a girl, click her name. In the edit field that displays at the bottom, just type new totals for each cookie, then click OK when you finish. These numbers update in the order totals at the bottom of the screen and automatically update in girls' orders. Repeat these easy steps for each girl's order that needs to be updated. Then be sure to click Save. Adding estimated booth or other types of orders is also easy. Just click the booth or other rows, then enter an estimated amount for your troop. Click OK when you are finished. Then be sure to click Save. These totals also update at the bottom of the window. Now it's time to place your initial order. Once you have confirmed the totals are correct, click Submit Order. The orders then become locked and are sent to the service units. Thanks for watching.
All right, we got it that time. Technical difficulties, always fun on a webinar. All right, and again, this is the eBudde Training Center on YouTube. There are all kinds of stuff on here that you can use. Down here, you just click the little brownie bakers and their channel comes up. I absolutely love this channel, especially for new troop leaders. There's stuff that they can share with their girls. There's things about the cookies. There's just tons of stuff to look at. All right, so back to the PowerPoint. So we've gone through the video. Next, we're going to go just through a visual walkthrough of eBudde, so I can hit on a couple of different things. So this is a community programs troop. If you don't know what community programs troops are, these are this is a troop for girls who are in a troop with a council staff member as their troop leader. And these are girls who come to us through various conduits, but most often through at-risk situations. But Greer has been so gracious to allow us to utilize her troop to kind of mess with. So this is troop 6447. As you can see, I have a whole lot more going on over here than you will most likely. But for us, it shows you your area, which is central. It'll also show you your service unit. So this is the community program service unit. And then also we can go down here and we can click on the troop itself. If you're a service unit product manager, you may have your service unit listed up here and then a whole bunch of troops down here. If you're just a troop leader, you'll probably just see your one troop. If you're a troop leader for two troops, you'll see those down here off to the side. So this is the troop leader dashboard. You can see due dates, and then also this new fun thing that Little Brownie has put on here is the DOC girl delivery orders at the bottom of the screen. This reads directly from a report that I'm going to show you here in a minute in the system. And this is basically, it tells you every girl that's had a girl delivery order and the type of flavor of cookie that order was. So these orders have to be, they should be on your girls' order cards. The parents should be recording these as they get these orders. But you can kind of double check this against the order card. I would simply ask the parents like, hey, did you get girl delivery? If they say yes, you say, you know, did you put it on her order card or did you not? And then if they didn't, that's fine because you can catch them right here in eBudde. If you go over here to this reports tab and you go down here to girl delivery varieties by girl, click this. It's going to open an Excel document. Once that opens, hopefully quickly, we can go in here and we can look at the detail for girl delivery. And this is where that report pulls from. So this is girl delivery in person. You can see every order and when that order was made. You can see you have 2 girls over here. 4 orders were placed. So if there's ever a question, did this go through? Did this not go through? This is a great place where you can go to see that. And then you can also look down here and it's a more condensed version. So this is probably the tab you are going to want to use to make sure those orders are placed. But I do think this order detail is helpful when you're looking at their order card. You can look for those exact numbers and just make sure that that those orders were actually recorded on their order card. All right, so I'm going to X out of this. So the order is placed with the initial order tab. We're only placing the initial order today. You will also place a final rewards order at the end of the season, but this is where the vast amount of your cookies are going to come from. So we can see on this tab, we can see all of our girls' names in alphabetical order. Something to note is that there's no longer TGOC. It is only CGOC. And then, so these are the Council Gift of Caring cookies, also used for Girl Scouts Give Back. You also have your varieties in here, so you can enter it by variety in your total. Above the cookie, it tells you the value of every cookie that you're putting into the system. So, you know, your specialties are over here at $5, and you have your $4 ones. But we're going to go into Miss Alicia. And we're going to just say, we've got her order card. We're going to click on her name, go down here. She says she had 5 delivered orders. She sold 50 of everything else. She was super busy and had lots and lots of sales. So she's ordered 405 boxes. We're going to go over here and click OK. Now we can see Miss Alicia or Alicia, depending on how you pronounce it. We can see her order down here, packages ordered. Now, something to notate is that your order is always, a troop order is always placed in cases. So it's going to show you how many cases are going to be ordered for your troop right here. Now, because she didn't order whole cases in her order, you're going to have some extras. So you can utilize these cookies for your booth sales or to fill in those orders that happen in between when you submit this order and when the cookies actually arrive. We want your girls to keep selling, use those goal getter forms and any other type of delivery, girl delivery to keep placing orders between now and booth sales and just keep that momentum going. So we see, you know, Miss Alicia, she's got her order and we're going to scroll down. We're going to assume that none of the other girls ordered. But if another girl did order, this total will be updated. And again, your extras would be updated with whatever that difference is to that case. Down here, something to notate is this is where you're going to enter in your booth cookies. Nothing is going to go in this imported section. This imported section is only used for councils who import an initial order for their troops in the system. So some councils say, okay, every troop is going to start out with this many cookies. And they just import those in and they populate right there in the spreadsheet. We don't do that. So you can enter in your booth cookies here. And then if you have something else that you're wanting to set aside cookies for and you just want to notate it in the system, you can put it under this other. But most of the time your booth cookies are going to be basically, you know, all the only other thing you're going to have to put in here. So when you're putting in booth cookies, something to think about is that the cupboards don't open until the 5th of March. So you're going to want to make sure that you have enough booth cookies for the 3rd and 4th. You're also going to want to make sure you have enough cookies to fill any orders for girls that are taken in between when you place your order and when the cookies actually arrive, because those customers are going to be waiting on their cookies. My suggestion is that you place an order for enough cookies to get you through the first 2 weeks of booth sale. I would go heavier on the more popular varieties and lighter on the less popular varieties. For example, you know, a couple cases of Toffee-tastic, it may be all you need for a booth sale if you're in areas where maybe the traffic isn't as heavy, or it really depends on how many booth sales you're planning on having. But I found this awesome website that I just think is amazing. So I'm going to show y'all. It's called cookiemoms.com. It's basically this volunteer parent, and you might already know about this volunteer parent that has all these super great secrets about booth sales and just stuff in general. But she has this booth sale recommendation down here that I think is wonderful. Where how many cookies should I order for a booth sale? So this is some of the numbers that she has. And I went back and actually talked with some of our volunteers. And I'm like, what do you think about this? And they are like, this is fantastic. So if you're looking for kind of a recommendation to go by, I think this is a great recommendation. The only one that is not in here is the s'more, of course, and the toffee-tastic. The toffee-tastic I would include in that other varieties. And I probably, I know it says one each, but I'd probably do a case. And then the s'more, I would probably put right there in between the tag along and the do-si-do. So I would order 3 cases of the s'more for a busy booth, 3 cases for a medium booth, slow booth, probably the same as tags 2, and so on and so forth. So this is a great site, a great resource, especially for your new troop leaders. All right, so we're going to put in our booth order. We're going to say Savannah Smile, we're going to get, 4 trifle, we're going to get 8 do-si-do, we're going to get 6 Samoa, we're going to get like 15 because those are super popular. Tags, we're going to get 10. Thin mints, we're going to get, we'll probably go ahead and get 14. S'more, we'll get 8. And always double check yourself because it only takes one number and then you're all off, as you can see there. And then we're going to get 4 here. All right, so we've put in our order. Say we're waiting for Treasure to give us our order. So we're quite ready to submit. You're going to hit that save button. It's going to tell you if it was successful or not. If you hit the submit button, it's going to go to your service unit and you will not be able to do anything else with it until they release it back to you. So you're going to have to either email us or email your service unit to have it released. So, but if you're done, then double check yourself, go back through and look at your extras, make sure you know exactly what you're ordering. And then I would hold off on submitting until you're 100% done in the system, because I'm just saying things happen. You don't want to have to ask your service unit product manager to unsubmit you 10 times. So go on over here to your rewards. You're going to fill out your initial order rewards for your girls. I can see that Miss Alicia has earned 1 reward. So I'm going to go in here and I can see she ordered a s'mores keepsake box. And then she may have ordered a t-shirt. These are the sizes that we allot for the t-shirt. So make sure that the correct size is in there, and then you're going to submit your awards order once you're done with that. So that's it. That goes to your service unit. That's all done. And then you can come back to your initial order and look and see, am I done? Yes, I'm done. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and submit. So when that's done, you should be able to go over here to your delivery tab. And if your service unit has set up their delivery station, you should be able to go ahead and sign up for delivery. So you can choose who's picking up, someone from my troop or some other troop. So you can click someone from my troop and put in, what troops you're picking up for, and then choose, whatever delivery station is hooked to your service unit. So that is basically the troop submission. That's it. For a troop, the biggest thing is just to be detail oriented and check yourself. That is honestly the biggest thing that you can do. And then also just remember to not forget to submit your awards. They will automatically submit for you if you do not submit them. So hopefully your service unit is checking that and making sure that they are submitted. But when we go to submit, they will automatically submit for you. So if there is a choice there, it will go with whatever is set in the system. For example, you only have 3 rewards to choose now in initial order, but come to the end of the season, when you have multiple rewards, it's going to automatically choose cookie bucks instead of the item. So that happens more often than most folks would like, just because, the rewards come in and a girl's like, oh no, I wanted this instead of that. And sometimes it's because that troop leader didn't go into the system and pick that item for her. So just a reminder on that. Now, if you're a service unit product manager, you're gonna, in this case, this is Greer. So we're going to come up here. We're going to go to Troop 6647 called us and said, I accidentally submitted. I didn't mean to submit. So we can go down here and we can unsubmit their cookie order and unsubmit their initial rewards order if they did something that they didn't mean to. You can submit all of your service unit orders. I would recommend that you probably not do this, just because if they've submitted, then just go ahead and leave it be. And then you will not have this option over here. This is just on my screen to delete out troops and things like that. So if you're looking for that, that won't be there. For delivery, if you haven't set up your delivery station yet, go ahead and set it up. From your view, let me see if I can jump to Greer over here, so you can see it from your view. Okay, so this is Greer. This is all her community programs, service units. So you can jump over here to delivery, and then you're going to go to settings. You're going to edit your settings, and you're going to put in all of your delivery information. You're going to put in, if there's a date where you really want to get delivery, then go ahead and make sure that that's in there. And then also, if there are just some comments for troops that are picking up, go ahead and put them in there. Put in where your cookies are going. Make sure that your cookies are going to where you are. All of the delivery stations were imported and clean this year. So your delivery information from last year will not be in here. So you're going to have to update that delivery information. Also, you can go down here and just, check and make sure that this is all correct. You can set a time allotment for your troops. You can also set like if a troop comes and they have 200 cases, you can say, okay, I think 200 cases is going to take 10 minutes to load. Probably takes less for our more seasoned volunteers. So this way, if there are over 200 cases that are being picked up, then they have to choose 2 slots. So if that's the way that you work your delivery, then that's great. If you're not going to already know your delivery date, so don't worry about any of this stuff. And then if you want to set break times, in there, you absolutely can. So this is just some stuff. If you need to add more people to help out with delivery, you can do that down here. And then once you get this all done, you can go over here to your sign up sheet. Once you know your time and your troops actually start signing up, and you can see that all down here in the sign up sheet area. You can pull a report for all this information to take with you to delivery. I absolutely recommend that you bring your tickets with you so you know exactly what you're supposed to be accepting. You should never accept anything more than what you're accepting, and you should always notate if you receive less than you're accepting. So just a couple things there. Let me go back to the PowerPoint, make sure I'm not missing anything. We talked about booth order, reward submission, accidental. That's all good. Okay, so just to reiterate the true process, step 1, we're going to enter in our girl orders. Step 2, we're going to enter in our booth sale orders. Step 3, we're going to enter in our rewards orders. And in step 4, we're going to submit both of those orders. We spoke about our service unit product managers. The number one thing for service unit product managers is review, review, review. Don't hit that submit button to the council unless you are 100% sure that you're done and it is accurate. We can absolutely go back in and unsubmit your order for you if you receive a late order. But the biggest thing is just to ask questions. Go into every troop and really look at it. You should be able to see last year's orders. If you can't, let me know and I can give you access to that if you're new. Look for things like much larger orders, much smaller orders, no booth cookies added into their order, girls without orders, and then girls with parents on the no sale list with orders. So those are some of the things that you're going to be looking for. Just to double check. None of us are perfect. I know I make data entry mistakes all the time. So definitely make sure that you're double checking those things. Also, with late orders, if it's Thursday and Molly Sue calls you and says, "Oh, I finally have her cookie order, and can you enter it in for me?" At that point, the service unit's locked out, so the answer is no. But send it to us, and we can enter it in in for them, and just double check that and then submit that. After 11 a.m. on Friday, the council cannot do anything for late orders. We have a deadline with the bakery of 11 a.m. If we don't meet that deadline, then our cookies will arrive late. After that cutoff, we can't do anything. So for us, just any communication is good communication. Give us a heads up if you might have an order coming that you know about that you don't have in your hands yet. We'll write that down and we'll double check with you before we submit, just to make sure that we've got everyone. All right. A couple notes here. Girl delivery. We've announced that it will be left on until March 3rd. This is for a couple reasons. Number one, we try to send the message of keep selling cookies, keep going until the cookies actually arrive. And we felt like turning off girl delivery next week was sending a different message. So any cookies that maybe missed the boat on your initial order will be there for fulfillment, still in the system. The cutoff will be March 3rd. Also, if you didn't hear, booth sales are starting on March 3rd, which is a day earlier than in the guide. So make sure that your troops are aware of that. If you are a troop leader, make sure that your parents are aware of that, so that we can get stuff in eBudde for our customers on that Friday. And this is because Easter and spring break kind of interfering with the booth sale season. We wanted to give you an extra Friday to have booth sales. The orders will need to be filled with troop cookies that are in the cupboard that are made for girl delivery. So any orders received between when initial orders submitted and when we actually turn off girl delivery, those will have to be filled by troop extras or cookies from the cupboard. Please make sure that if your girls are doing girl delivery, check in with them, make sure that they are delivering those cookies to customers. We want to make sure that we have a positive reputation in the community. And if you ever have a problem where a customer didn't receive cookies and you cannot fulfill that for them, please reach out to us and we'll try to figure something out. CGOC cookies are so very important. I know that a lot of troops want to do their own program, but these council gift of caring cookies are very important. They help us have a better inventory in our cupboards. If we're not worried about having a little bit of overage, they help to absorb those overage inventories. So please tell your troops to push this with Bling Your Booth. Bling Your Booth is the whole theme this year is donation cookies as Girl Scouts give back. So we want to promote this program, promote what our organization is doing, and also make sure that our parents and girls are aware of this really, really fun opportunity from April 30th through May 4th to hang out with the CEO, hang out with the product crew, and get to go to some really awesome places around the state of Arkansas and learn about donation opportunities and get to tour different places. It's a ton of fun. Product staff will be in the inbox and on the Product Swap Facebook group until 11:59 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday. We're going to be drinking lots of coffee and hanging out with our volunteers who are having problems or just want to stop in and say hello if you're a night owl. If you have a troop leader, this is really a huge support to our service unit product managers. If they have troop leaders that are waiting until 11 o'clock at night on Monday, we want to make sure that we're there to help them out. So if you have a problem, please email us or post in that group. If you send us a message on Facebook, we usually don't get those because we'd have to be friends with every single one of you for that message to pop up where we see it right away, because Facebook sorts out messages from folks that you're not well acquainted with. So make sure you keep it in the Facebook group or in the email because we really do push through those super fast. All right. I'm going to look in here and just make sure, do we have any questions? Let's see. Yes, so the question is, so will our girls still get the CGOC patch for donated cookies on Digital Cookie? Yes, yes, yes. Any cookies that are donated from any conduit, the cookies from Digital Cookie that are donated, they feed right into that CGOC line and Digital Cookie. So absolutely, they will get the patch for that. How do I find out where my troops donated cookies are donated? If you go into the troop guide, there's a section on Council Gift of Caring. We give to the VA hospitals in North Little Rock and Little Rock, as well as in Fayetteville. There's a squadron in Fort Smith where the soldiers, they come back in from being overseas. So the girls were able to go and hang out with those soldiers last year and give them cookies. We also give to food pantries all over the state, the biggest one being in Jonesboro. There's a big food distribution center there in Jonesboro that we give to. And all of these locations, they bring the girls in, they tour them. A couple of them last year even had a patch for the girls. And they also receive the Gift of Caring patch from the council. And it's the top 2 troops in every area and the top selling girl. So that's how that works. Let's see. Gift of Caring orders that have been placed on Digital Cookie don't need to be entered into eBudde, correct? That is correct. Those are considered shipped orders, basically, even though they're shipped. Like the physical cookies are not shipped to the council, they're still considered shipped orders. Let's see. We have to enter booth orders on that line. Can 2 parents, girls doing the booth just include their booth boxes in the overall total? If those cookies are going directly to that girl, then absolutely you can allocate them to that parent or girl. That booth line is for the troop leader to put the troop booth cookies on that line. Sorry, y'all, we're just rolling through these. The booth order, the booth row, I believe is by case. Let me double check that before I say for sure. Let's see. Booth, initial order, down here. Okay, so it looks like booth cookies are by box. However, it's going to round up for you. So, you know, kind of take that into account because they're going to round them up to a case. So I'd probably just go ahead and order and put them in there by case. How do you add the extra cookies that are from the case of the girls' orders to individual girls for the cookies that we sell at booth? So we're going to have another webinar for that, but everything that happens after initial order is submitted rolls over to this girl orders tab. And this is where you can input cookies from a booth and give those to your girls. This difference line down here will tell you how many booth cookies or troop cookies, so to speak, that you have. And then you can allocate these cookies to your girls. This little number, this 104, should be 0 at the end of the year. That means that all troop cookies / booth cookies have been allocated to girls. Let's see. So just to verify, the girl delivery orders need to be entered manually, just like regular orders on the order card. That girl delivery, yes. Not girl shipped, but girl delivery, yes. CGOC is for donated cookies only. All right. I think that's all of our questions. Let me just scroll down to the bottom just to make sure. All right. So the 104 example is what we would see to know that we still have on hand to sell after initial order. That's correct. This should be your booth cookies and any roundups that you still have in your troop. Girl rewards automatically added with their order. Yes, the system reads how many cookies the girls sold automatically and tallies them up. And so when you go to the rewards tab, that number should correspond to however many that she sold. If you see a discrepancy there, let us know. But I don't think we've ever really had a discrepancy there. All right. Okay. All right, so I think that's all of our questions. I want to go back over here. Program had a couple of just announcements that they wanted to add. Destinations round 2 deadline is February 15th. All applications should be submitted to Shelby Knuckles via email. Spring break day camps, y'all. I cannot wait for camp. I love to go out to camp every summer. And if you noted, one of our camps was voted like one of the best camps in the state, like Camp Crossed Arrows. It's awesome. So spring break day camps, 2 great day camps available this year. Daisies, Brownies, and Juniors can register for Engaging Creative Minds Spring Day Camp at the STEAM Center. Girls of all levels can register for the Horse Lovers Day Camp at Camp Crossed Arrows. Girls can use their cookie bucks for camp. I will be purchasing the cookie bucks in April. So that's when we will have the cookie buck numbers for girls to utilize for their camp. Although they may not have their card physically in their hand at the beginning of April, that's when I submit the order for cookie bucks. Brochures were mailed to all households, but are also available on the website, and camp registration opens February 19th. Scout-O-Rama registration is now open. This is free to Girl Scout Diamond. This is a free Girl Scout Diamond signature event. Join Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts from Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas and Louisiana for this 4-state Scout show and camping weekend. Please see the online calendar for information and registration. Also, gold and silver one-on-one girl trainings are coming to an office near you this spring. This is optional for the silver award, but is mandatory for all girls going for their gold award. See the online calendar for upcoming dates. And just one other thing for older girls, if you have some older girls who maybe want to come and hang out with us in the cupboard and want to help, get orders out or something like that, please connect with us in product program. We would love to have some girls come and hang out. We always have different staff rotating through there every day. We'd absolutely love to have girls come and hang out with us and learn how we manage our inventory. All right, I'm gonna check one more time for questions. Yes, I have to, the question is, when will this webinar be available in the Dropbox? After this webinar closes, it should eventually email you the recording since you're signed up for the webinar, but I will have to, I guess, process the recording, and then I will have it in the Dropbox this afternoon. All right, and we can also send it out through eBudde. We can send this recording, the Dropbox link, out through eBudde so that everyone has it. Okay. For the pre-sales, is the initial order add with the digital orders to make one total for the rewards? Yes, digital orders are included with pre-sale orders to total out for the girls' rewards. And all digital cookie sales go toward the digital cookie reward, which is available at the end of the season. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We'll send this webinar out shortly. But if you have any other questions, again, hit up the product sales inbox. I included the link down here for the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, if you try to join and you're not in there, it's going to ask you a couple questions. We do that just to keep spammers out of the group. So just answer those questions. And I normally approve, whenever I get the email saying that someone has finished the questions. But again, if you have any questions, please give us a call. We're here for you, and we look forward to seeing those orders roll in. Thanks so much, y'all.